Hello,
Hello,
my name is John. Welcome to the IELTS Speaking test. What is your name?
my name is Ruby. Nice to meet you, Mr. John.
Nice to meet you. In the first part of the test, I will ask you some general questions about yourself and on a range of familiar topics. For example, traveling by plane. Have you traveled a lot by plane? To where and why not?
Yes, I have. I like traveling by plane because it takes a lot of time out of my busy schedule. So when I want to travel somewhere, my go-to will be plane travel. First of all, I believe that it's safe and it cuts the time almost in half when you want to travel abroad. I have traveled to China, Vietnam, Thailand, Turkey, and America, United States. The longest travel I have had was the one I had to United States. It took me about 28 hours. Of course, it wasn't a direct flight, but I enjoyed every bit of it.
Okay. Why do you think some people enjoy traveling by plane?
I think it's because of the safety and comfort that it offers us. You don't get to find the same comfort in a car ride or a train ride, especially overnight travels. But plane gives you that safety and comfort, I can say. That's the reason many of us choose to travel by plane, plus the time.
Okay, I agree. Would you like to live near an airport?
That I wouldn't. As much as I
Why
like
not?
to,
Why not?
as much as I like to travel by plane, I wouldn't like to be near an airport because of the sound of landing and taking off. Especially if you live in a metropole like Ho Chi Minh City, there are numerous flights throughout the day. On my first year in Vietnam, I lived near the airport, and by 5 a.m. every morning the flights would start to take off, and up until 2 a.m. in the night flights would continue. So if you like the sound of planes taking off and landing, by all means it's a great choice to live nearby, but for me I don't personally like it.
Okay, I understood. In the future, do you think that you will travel by plane more often? Why? Why not?
In the future, I don't think I can do that in the near future because my job doesn't allow me to travel as often as I would like to. But in the further future, I would love to travel more and more often, honestly, because I like traveling, I like seeing new places, I like having new experiences. So a plane travel gives me all of that.
Okay, thank you. The next part, the second part of the test, I will give you a task card and you will need to talk about a particular topic. You get 1 minute to prepare and you can make a note during this time that you need to talk about the topic for 1 or 2 minutes. Describe a person from your country who has won a prize, award or medal. You should say who this person is, which prize, the award or the medal they received, and what they did to win this. And explain whether you think it was right that the person received this prize, award or medal. Thank you.
Okay. There are two people who has won the Nobel Award in my country. One of them is the novelist, a very famous novelist, Orhan Pamuk. Orhan Pamuk has won the Nobel Prize of Literature in 2006 for his very controversial novel, The Museum of Innocence. This novel is about the Armenian genocide, and I haven't read the book. All I remember was that on TV it was a very controversial topic during the time because Turkey, Republic of Turkey, government and the majority of people do not accept the Armenian genocide. Therefore, Armenia has been pushing for it over the years. This is basically the root of all of their dystopia and diaspora, I can say. So when he wrote the book, it wasn't much of a new to everyone because he has been known about his controversial thoughts and actually a very good pen, I can say. He has a very good pen. But when he won the Nobel Prize over the book, when he actually had better novels than the Museum of Innocence, it was a very challenging time for him in Turkey because then it became a politic topic where many countries had lots of things to say, and I can say over this situation the friendships between the countries have been broken. So I don't know if it has been good on his behalf or bad winning the Nobel Prize. Of course, the Nobel Prize is something that I guess everybody would like to win, but I am not sure about Orhan Pamuk at the moment if he is very happy about it now.
In the third part of the test, you will be asked further questions about the topic in the part 2. Let's go, let's talk about what types of school prizes do children in your country receive?
In my country, children can receive numerous prizes in their school life because school is something for the kids where they are encouraged and celebrated and taught many things. So, of course, I believe if they are learning something, there should be a prize at the end of it where they can celebrate their gains. There are sports prizes there where they can play sports and win numerous prizes over that, and they can also add this in their future CVs. They can win prizes over science and maths, where growing up we had science and math contests, or where we had to invent certain things and we could attend the contests in the whole country. So students can win prizes over that too. Also, there are contests for kids where they can win prizes through theater and music. Because the students are given lots of ethnic and cultural knowledge at schools, it's easier for them to win prizes. Whereas it might not be so easy for them to win from sports and math and science because it requires a certain skill for them to win. But all of these topics are available for students to win prizes for.
Okay. Do you agree that it is more important for children to receive rewards from their parents than from teachers?
I think I do. Yet I am not a parent yet. I do not have much of a say on this question. But I think both are important because the parents leading and the teachers leading is, as much as quite similar, they are still different. So children need their parents praising, and children need their teachers praising too. So I believe both of them are important, and none of them are more important than the other one.
Okay. The next, let's talk about reward for sports people. Do you think that some sports people, for example, the football players, are paid too much money? What do you think about that?
I think football players are paid a lot of money, where we cannot see the same amount of paychecks are being paid to women's basketball or volleyball for men and women both. Even just basketball or other sports that can come to mind. Football in the past years, as much as it's a passionate sport for the sporters and the players, I would say it turned into a money business. Because there are lots of numerous football clubs all over the world where it's the most popular sport, I assume. It's easier to turn it into a business. While many people support it, while many people watch it, it's easier to turn it into a money business where you can actually make quite a lot of money where you shouldn't be making at the first place. So I do believe that football players, as much as I think they are very skillful athletes, and as much as I think there is a sportsmanship in the sport, I do not believe they should be paid that much, because sports should not be businesses. Sports should be something where people can show their skills and be celebrated for it. I absolutely believe that they should be paid an immense amount of money, but what they are being paid in the business at the moment, it's way too much for a person or a whole household to spend in a lifetime.
Okay, and do you agree with the view that in the sports, taking a part is more important than winning?
I would say yes. It is more important than winning. Because when you win, the topic ends there. But having the controversial thoughts over it or having the political questions over it takes more time than just preparing and winning. So yes, it does take more time, and it is more important.
Thank you. That is the end of the test.
Thank
Goodbye.
you so much. Goodbye.